for this.
The time is currently 6:30 a.m. I'm driving down the road here, hoping to do the Mount MacFarlane hike. So we made it to the trailhead parking lot. Still dark out. Lots of cars here already.
Flashlight on.
This hike had been on my to-do list for a very long time. I was glad I was finally getting a chance to do it. Now, I don't know if it was my backpack that was too heavy. I brought too much clothing thinking it was going to be cold. Maybe I was just out of shape seeing I hadn't hiked for a while. Or maybe it's because I turned 50 this year. But whatever it was, this hike ended up being way more difficult than I thought it would be. This hike is considered very difficult with an average of 9 hours to complete. With an elevation gain of 1900 meters, this hike is no joke. Even though the sun was up, it was dark and shady most of the way. But after 3 hours of hiking, I finally got some sunshine. There hadn't been much scenery up to this point, but things were about to change. After 5.7 kilometers of hiking, and 1,300 meters of elevation, we had finally reached Lower Pierce Lake. The water was clear and calm. You could even see some fish jumping. From this point on, things started getting a little bit more interesting. The sun was shining and the views just kept getting better and better. Already getting tired at this point, but seeing those waterfalls up ahead motivated me to keep going. I pushed forward. There's still a long ways to go. Things were getting a little bit more technical with this rope section ahead, but Bonnie didn't seem to have a problem with it. I told myself after 5 hours of climbing I would turn around. I figured this would give me plenty of time to get to the top, get some footage, and climb back down. But boy, was I ever wrong. Fatigue was starting to set in. My hopes of reaching the top started to fade away. I still needed enough energy to make my way back down. I'm almost there, I kept telling myself. I can really feel it in my legs now. I decided to stop here for a much needed break and get some drone footage. You could really see from this angle the sheer size of this place. Final stretch, so I thought, headed to the upper Pierce Lake now. We had done it. We had finally reached the upper lake, but we couldn't celebrate just yet. We still had a ways to go before we could reach the summit. onward is what I always say. Given the fact that I reached my 5-hour turning around point, reaching the top seemed more and more unlikely. Don't get me wrong, the views here were spectacular. Just wish I had the strength and the energy to reach the top. It was at this point where I decided I had enough. It's time to turn back. What do you call it? I've been hiking for 5.5 hours straight up. I don't think I got enough energy to continue. Probably still another hour away from the peak. Money. Not a bad view. So I started thinking, if I'm not going to make it up there, I can at least fly up there with my drone. I gotta say, I was pretty jealous of this guy at that moment. This was a really hard decision for me to make. I guess today just wasn't my day. Now I just had to stay focused on the descent. Fine. Did you eat shit? Did you? I think you did. That's gross. That's gross, Bobby. How am I gonna get that off now? I was starting to realize the walk down was almost as difficult as the hike up. I think you could tell I was tired at this point. Finally made it back to the parking lot. I was so happy to finally see my car. It took me 9 hours to complete without even reaching the top. This is an experience I won't soon forget. at the end for me. I'll be back.
That was one difficult hike. I was not ready for this.